Hello everyone, this is your friend Naruto Fix, and we are back with another epic What If Naruto fanfic. Which is, What If Naruto Fell in Love with Temari and Even the Nine Tails Part 1. If you love Naruto fanfics, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the journey with me. So, let's start the fanfic. Sun was setting over the Hidden Leaf village, painting the skies in hues of orange and crimson. Naruto Uzumaki stood atop the Hokage monument, the wind blowing through his messy blonde hair. It was one of the few moments he got to himself after endless training and missions. Inside him, however, another voice stirred. "Oi, brat, you're sighing again. What's got you so down this time?" Kurama's deep, rumbling voice echoed from within. Naruto blinked, startled for a moment before smirking. "Hey, didn't think you cared about my mood." Kurama huffed. "Don't push it. If you're depressed, your chakra feels dull, and I can't stand the sluggishness. So spill it." Naruto laughed lightly but didn't answer right away. How could he explain the strange feelings tugging at his chest lately? Not just about the usual rivalries or missions. No, this was about someone else. Someone from the Sand Village. The Sand Princess. It had been weeks since the joint mission with the Sand siblings. Naruto couldn't forget the way Temari had stood beside him in battle, her giant iron fan sweeping down enemies with deadly precision. The way she scolded him when he was reckless, the way she smirked whenever he pulled off something unexpected, it all stuck with him. Unlike Sakura, who often got frustrated, or Ino, who teased, Temari treated Naruto with a strange mixture of respect and challenge. She wasn't afraid of him, nor was she dismissive. She saw him, as if he wasn't just some Nine Tails host, but someone worth standing with. Every time he remembered her laugh, or the look in her teal eyes when she acknowledged him, his chest tightened. Kurama notices. "TCH, so it's a girl, huh?" Kurama grumbled, startling Naruto. What are you talking about, you stupid fox?" Naruto shouted out loud, causing a couple walking below to glance up at him in confusion. He quickly lowered his voice. It's not like that." Kurama snorted. "Don't try to hide it. Your heart races every time you think about that Sand Kunoiki. Temari, wasn't it? HMPH. I can smell the shift in your emotions. Pathetic." Naruto flushed red. "Oi, don't go sniffing around in my feelings. That's personal stuff, you know. Personal. Your heart and chakra are tied to mine, brat. When you're happy, I feel it. When you're anxious, I feel it. When you're, well, stupidly in love, I feel that too." Naruto groaned. "You're the worst, Kurama." But even as Kurama mocked him, there was a strange softness in the fox's tone. Over the months, their relationship had changed. Kurama no longer just barked insults, sometimes, it almost felt like he was protective. A mission brings them together. Naruto didn't have much time to dwell on his feelings. Soon after, Lady Tsunade called him to her office. "There's been suspicious movement near the border between Fire and Wind Country," she explained. "Naruto, you'll be going with a squad from the Sand Village. Gaara himself recommended you." Naruto's eyes widened. "Gaara, he asked for me." Tsunade smirked. Apparently, his sister was quite insistent. Naruto's heart skipped a beat. Temari. When he arrived at the border outpost, Temari was already there, waiting. The evening desert wind blew her blonde hair back, her fan strapped to her back as always. "Well, look who finally showed up," she teased. "I was beginning to think the great Naruto Uzumaki would get lost on the way." Quote, Naruto scratched the back of his head, laughing nervously. "Hey, come on, I'm not that bad." But Kurama's growl rumbled inside. "She's smirking at you, brat. Don't let her toy with you. Stand tall." Naruto tried to ignore the fox, but his chest warmed at Temari's smile. A night by the campfire. Later that night, the group set up camp in the dunes. Most of the shinobi were asleep, leaving only Temari and Naruto by the fire. "You've grown stronger," Temari admitted, poking the fire with a stick. "When I first met you, you were loud, reckless, and barely in control. Now, You're still loud and reckless, she smirked, but you've got a strength people can rely on. Quote, Naruto's eyes softened. Coming from you, that means a lot. You've always been so confident, so strong. I respect that about you. Temari raised an eyebrow, studying him. Respect, huh? Is that all? Quote, Naruto's cheeks flared red. He opened his mouth, but Kurama's sudden interjection echoed inside. Don't stutter, brat. Tell her straight. Don't let her think you're weak. Oi, shut up, Naruto hissed under his breath. Temari blinked. Huh, Naruto panicked. Nothing. Just talking to myself. Temari chuckled. You really are strange, Naruto. But I like that about you. The words struck him harder than any kunai. For a moment, the fire crackled between them, and neither spoke. Naruto's heart raced. Kurama's jealousy. When Naruto finally lay down to sleep, Kurama's voice returned, lower, darker. Careful, brat. That woman, she stirs something in you. But don't forget, you and I are bound deeper than anyone else ever could be. Naruto frowned in his dreams. Kurama, why do you sound jealous? The fox didn't answer immediately. Then, softly, because I am. I've been with you when no one else was. When the villagers shunned you. When you were alone, crying in the dark. I was there. Me. Not her. Not anyone else. Naruto's eyes widened inside his subconscious. He had never heard Kurama's voice tremble like this before. Don't let her take you away from me, Naruto. Naruto reached out through the bars of the mental cage, his hand brushing against the immense chakra cloak of the fox. Kurama, you're not just some beast. You're my partner, my friend. No one could ever replace you. The fox's crimson eyes softened, just a fraction. But deep inside, a new conflict began brewing. The storm ahead. The next day, Naruto and Temari fought side by side against rogue shinobi. Their teamwork was seamless, her wind jutsu amplifying his Rasengan, his clones shielding her flanks. Every time their eyes met in the chaos of battle, something unspoken passed between them. But within, Kurama's presence burned hotter. Temari saw Naruto's courage. Kurama felt Naruto's heart drifting. And Naruto was caught in between. A boy torn between the bond of a human woman who admired him, and the eternal bond of a beast who had always been by his side. The story was only just beginning. 9:23, 1:42 p.m., Vivavat, the desert wind howled as their squad advanced deeper into the borderlands. Naruto kept glancing sideways at Temari, unable to shake the memory of her words by the fire. I like that about you. It replayed in his head like a kunai scraping against stone. Kurama's growl rumbled faintly inside his chest. Your thoughts are too noisy, brat. If you keep staring at her like that, she'll notice. Then what? You'll just embarrass yourself. Naruto scowled inwardly. TCH, what do you know about love anyway, stupid fox? More than you think. Kurama's reply was so quiet, so unexpectedly somber, that Naruto stumbled a little on the sand before catching himself. Temari glanced at him. What's wrong? Losing your footing already? Naruto grinned quickly. Hey, not a chance. You'll see, I can keep up just fine. The ambush. Not long after, trouble found them. A group of rogue shinobi, their high-tie 8 scratched and marked, sprang from the dunes, kunai glinting in the sun. Sand and leaf trash. Your lives end here. One snarled. The squad quickly formed up. Temari leapt forward, fan opening with a resounding thwack. Naruto, with me. Right. Naruto charged, clones bursting into existence, distracting their enemies. Temari unleashed slicing gusts of wind that sent sand and weapons flying. Together, they pushed back wave after wave. In the chaos, one enemy shinobi nearly landed a blade at Naruto's neck. But Temari's fan intercepted with a powerful gust, saving him in the nick of time. You've got to watch your blind spots, idiot. She barked, though her voice was laced with relief. Naruto grinned. Guess I'll just have to rely on you then. Temari rolled her eyes, but her faint blush betrayed her. Inside, Kurama's chakra flared hot. TCH, relying on her, huh? You never relied on anyone before me. Don't forget who gives you real strength, brat. The bond deepens. After the battle, the squad set up camp again, this time in a ruined outpost. Naruto sat with Temari on the rooftop, watching the stars. You fought well today, Temari admitted. Not many can keep up with me in battle. You did. Naruto rubbed his nose proudly. Hey, of course I did. I told you before, I don't go back on my word. Temari smirked softly, then her expression turned thoughtful. You know, you remind me of Gaara. Not in how you act, you're far more reckless, but in how you refuse to give up. People underestimated him, feared him, just like they did you. And yet, you both kept moving forward. Quote, Naruto's chest tightened. Yeah, me and Gaara, we get each other. We know what it's like to be hated for something we didn't choose. Temari looked at him, her teal eyes softening. You're more alike than you think. Maybe that's why, I feel drawn to you. Naruto froze. His face turned crimson. Drawn, to me. Temari gave a small shrug, but her smirk couldn't hide the sincerity in her eyes. Don't let it go to your head, knucklehead. Quote, Kurama interferes. That night, as Naruto tried to sleep, Kurama's presence loomed larger than usual. Drawn to you, huh? HMPH. She doesn't understand. None of them do. Only I've seen the real you, the weak, lonely boy crying in the dark. The one who screamed for someone to acknowledge him. I was there. Naruto sat within his subconscious, staring at Kurama behind the bars of the seal. Why do you sound like this, Kurama? You almost sound jealous. Quote, Kurama's crimson eyes narrowed, his tail swishing restlessly. Jealous, maybe. I've been chained to you, watched every moment of your life, felt every pain and triumph. You think I'll just let some girl walk in and take that bond from me? Quote, Naruto's breath caught. For the first time, Kurama's voice wasn't filled with anger or mockery, but raw emotion. Kurama, Naruto whispered, don't forget, brat, you belong to me, and whether you realize it or not, I belong to you too. Quote, Naruto reached out, his hand brushing against the bars. You're not just some demon inside me. You're my friend, my partner. No one, Temari, or anyone else, can ever replace you. Kurama's eyes softened, but his massive form rumbled low, almost like a growl of warning. Then prove it. A choice on the horizon. The next morning, Temari noticed Naruto seemed distant. You okay? She asked, brushing a stray strand of hair behind her ear. Naruto blinked, snapping out of his thoughts. He forced a grin. Why yeah, of course. Just thinking about the mission, that's all. But Temari wasn't fooled. Her sharp eyes studied him carefully. You've got something on your mind. When you're ready to talk, I'll listen. Don't think you can fool me, Naruto. Naruto's heart ached. How could he explain to her that the one jealous of their closeness wasn't another human, but the ancient, powerful beast sealed inside him? And yet, as Temari's hand briefly brushed against his, warmth spread through his chest. Inside, Kurama's chakra flickered, a quiet rumble echoing. Brat, this isn't over. Naruto's journey had always been about fighting enemies outside. But now, he faced a storm within his own heart, between a woman who saw him for who he was, and a beast who had never once abandoned him. And as the desert winds howled again, Naruto realized, this was just the beginning. 9:23, 1:43 p.m, Vivavat, desert sky was dark when their squad moved again, moonlight glinting off kunai weapons. They had word of another rogue cell nearby, and every shinobi in the team was on high alert. Naruto walked beside Temari, his senses sharp but his thoughts messy. Every time she looked at him, even casually, his chest would clench. And every time that happened, Kurama would rumble low inside him like a storm threatening to break. Temari noticed his unease. You're awfully quiet tonight. Not like you at all. Naruto scratched his cheek nervously. Just saving my energy for the fight, Databio. Temari smirked faintly. HMPH. First time I've seen you conserve anything. Quote, The attack. The ambush came swift and brutal. Hidden shinobi burst from the sands, explosive tags raining like fiery meteors. The squad scattered, Temari instantly leaping into action with her fan. Wind style, cast net. She cried, slicing through the explosions with razor-sharp gusts. Naruto formed dozens of shadow clones, rushing into the fray. His Rasengan smashed enemies aside, but there were too many. The desert lit up with chaos. Temari, watch out, Naruto shouted. One rogue appeared behind her, blade raised. Without thinking, Naruto unleashed Kurama's chakra. Crimson energy flared, cloaking his body in a violent aura. He darted forward faster than lightning, grabbing the enemy and slamming him into the ground. Temari froze, eyes widening at the sudden transformation. The chakra tails whipped behind Naruto, his eyes glowing a fierce red. Naruto, she whispered. Dash dash dash. Temari seized the beast. Naruto growled, his chakra wild, his face twisted with fury. The enemy shinobi scrambled back in terror. Temari reached out cautiously. Naruto, it's me. Calm down, please. Her voice cut through the storm. Naruto blinked, panting heavily. Slowly, the red cloak receded, Kurama's chakra drawing back into his body. He collapsed to one knee, trembling. Temari caught him before he could fall. Idiot, what are you doing pushing yourself like that? Her hands steadied him, warm against his arms. Naruto looked away, ashamed. I lost control. Again. Temari shook her head. No, you protected me. That's all I saw. Naruto's heart thumped. Her acceptance, her lack of fear, even after seeing him like that, it hit him harder than any enemy's strike. Inside, Kurama snarled. She doesn't understand what I am. She shouldn't look at you like that when my power is flowing through you. That moment, it was me saving her, not you. Naruto clenched his fists inwardly. No, Kurama, it was both of us. Dash dash dash. Campfire confessions. That night, the squad rested again. Most shinobi slept, exhausted. Naruto sat by the dwindling fire, head bowed. Temari approached quietly, sitting beside him. The desert wind tugged at her hair, her expression unreadable. You scared me back there, she admitted. Not because of the power. Because I thought you might lose yourself. Naruto stayed silent. But then, I realized, Temari continued, her eyes narrowing. You didn't lose yourself. You fought it. You came back. That's what makes you different, Naruto. That's why, I trust you. Naruto looked up, stunned. Her teal eyes glowed softly in the firelight, full of honesty. Temari, his throat went dry. Words failed him. She leaned a little closer. You're reckless, annoying, loud, but you're also brave, and you never give up on anyone. That's rare. And, maybe that's why She stopped herself, looking away with a faint blush. Naruto's heart hammered. The words hung heavy in the air, unspoken but clear. Dash dash dash. Kurama's interruption. Inside his mindscape, Kurama's roar echoed, shaking the bars of the seal. Enough of this, the fox bellowed. She's clouding your judgment, brat. Don't you see, she's pulling you away from me. From the bond we've forged through blood and suffering. Naruto's inner self faced the fox, his fists trembling. Kurama, why are you acting like this? You're my partner. You're my friend. Kurama's massive crimson eyes glared, but his voice cracked with something deeper. I've been with you when no one else was. When everyone turned their back, I was there. And now you look at her with the same trust, the same warmth, that should have been mine alone. Naruto froze. His chest ached. Kurama, you don't just see me as a host anymore, do you? Quote. For a long moment, the fox said nothing. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, you're mine, Naruto, and I won't let her take you from me. Dash dash dash. Naruto woke with a start, Temari's hand gently resting on his arm where she had fallen asleep beside him. He looked at her sleeping face, calm and beautiful in the firelight. Inside, Kurama's presence pulsed like a heartbeat, possessive and unyielding. Naruto's chest tightened painfully. Two bonds. One human, one beast. Both fierce, both impossible to ignore. And Naruto knew, sooner or later, he would have to face the storm that brewed between them. 9:23, 1:44 p.m., Vivavat, the silent morning. The desert sun rose, painting the dunes gold. Naruto rubbed his eyes, yawning. Temari was already awake, standing with her fan slung across her back, watching the horizon. "Sleep well?" she asked, her voice even but softer than usual. Naruto scratched his head. "Hey, sorta. Had some weird dreams." Temari tilted her head. "Nightmares?" Naruto forced a grin. "Something like that." He couldn't tell her the truth, that inside his dreamscape, Kurama had confessed something that felt far too close to love. A clash inside. As they marched with the squad, Naruto's mind drifted back inside. Kurama's form loomed behind the seal, massive tails thrashing. "You're avoiding me, Naruto," Kurama rumbled. Naruto gritted his teeth. "I don't know what to say. You sounded like you were jealous of Temari. That doesn't make sense." Kurama's snarl shook the chamber. "You fool. Do you think bonds are only for humans? I've been chained to your soul since the day you were born. Every joy, every wound, every lonely night, you felt them, and so did I." "She wasn't there. I was." Naruto froze. His breath hitched. He'd never thought of it that way. Kurama's voice softened, just slightly. "Don't you dare give my place to someone else. Not even her." Temari's curiosity. Later, when the squad stopped to rest, Temari approached Naruto again. This time, her expression was sharper, curious, suspicious. "That power you used yesterday," she began, "it wasn't just chakra. It was something else, something alive." Naruto stiffened. "Temari, She stepped closer, eyes searching his face. "I've seen tailed beast hosts before. I know the signs. That wasn't just strength, it was him, wasn't it? The 9 tails." Naruto's chest tightened. She knew. Temari folded her arms. "So tell me, Naruto. Do you trust him?" Naruto swallowed hard. He thought of Kurama's roar, his anger, and then his confession. He thought of nights he would have died without the fox's strength. "Yeah," Naruto said finally. "I do." Temari's lips curved into the faintest smile. "Then maybe, I should too." Naruto blinked. "You mean, you're not scared?" Temari shrugged. "Of course I'm scared, but if you can fight alongside a beast like that and still be you, then maybe he's not just a monster after all." Quote. Inside Naruto's mind, Kurama growled low, unsettled. "She dares to speak of me like that." But something else flickered there, too. A strange heat. A tension. The first encounter. That night, as Naruto drifted into uneasy sleep, Temari leaned against the campfire, watching him. His face twitched, caught in another dream. And inside his dreamscape, Temari appeared. She stood in the vast sewer-like chamber, her fan on her back, her sharp eyes scanning the darkness. "What the?" Quote. Naruto gasped. "Temari, how did you?" Before he could finish, a massive roar shook the space. The iron gates rattled, and Kurama's colossal form rose from the shadows. Temari froze, eyes widening. Crimson eyes like burning suns stared down at her. Tails swayed like a storm about to strike. "So," Kurama rumbled, his voice vibrating the ground, "this is the one who dares steal his gaze from me." Temari clenched her fists, refusing to step back. "So you're the 9 tails." Naruto panicked. Wait, Kurama, don't." But Temari raised her chin, meeting the beast's glare without flinching. "You're strong, terrifying, even. But if Naruto trusts you, then I will too. You should know, I won't let you hurt him. Ever." For a heartbeat, silence. Then Kurama's lips curled into something like a grin, though his fangs glistened. "Bold little human. No wonder he looks at you." Naruto's heart nearly stopped. Kurama's tone, it wasn't hatred. It was something dangerously close to intrigue. A dangerous triangle. Temari blinked, unsettled, but held her ground. "You sound like you're competing with me." Kurama's tails lashed. "Competing? Foolish girl. There is no competition. He is mine. But I wonder how long your fragile courage will last in the presence of a demon." Quote. Naruto shouted, stepping between them. "Stop it, both of you." Kurama's laughter rumbled like thunder. Temari smirked slightly, her defiance unbroken. Naruto clutched his head. "Why does it feel like you two are fighting over me?" Quote. Neither of them answered, but deep inside, Naruto knew, it wasn't just his imagination anymore. Kurama's possessiveness, Temari's growing bond, both pulling at him, both unwilling to back down. And for the first time, Naruto realized this wasn't just about power or survival. This was about love, and he was caught right in the center of it. 9:23, 1:45 p.m., Vivavat, the night after the encounter. Naruto woke up with sweat dripping down his face. The dream, or rather, the confrontation, was too real. Temari had stood face to face with Kurama. And Kurama, he hadn't attacked her. Instead, he acknowledged her. Temari was awake, sitting a few feet away, sharpening her giant fan's metal edges. Her sharp eyes flicked to Naruto. "You were talking in your sleep," she said flatly. "Screaming, actually." Naruto scratched the back of his head, forcing a laugh. "Hey, sorry about that. I guess you saw something weird, huh?" Temari narrowed her eyes. "Weird doesn't even begin to cover it. Naruto, I saw him. The 9 tails." Naruto froze. "So it wasn't just a dream for you too?" Temari shook her head slowly. "No, it was real." For a long moment, silence stretched between them. Then Temari said something Naruto didn't expect. "I think he likes you too much to let anyone else close." Naruto almost choked. "What? He's a giant demon fox. He doesn't like people." Temari smirked faintly, leaning forward. "Then explain why he didn't tear me apart when I challenged him. Why he looked at me like I was some kind of rival." Naruto's heart sank. She's not wrong. Kurama's growing presence. Inside Naruto, Kurama chuckled darkly, his laughter echoing like thunder. "She's sharper than I thought. You've chosen a dangerous woman, Naruto." Naruto clenched his fists. "Stop messing with her, Kurama. She's not part of this. Not part of this." Kurama's voice grew softer, unsettling. "She's already inside your dreams. Inside my den. That makes her part of everything." Naruto's breath caught. Kurama's tone wasn't his usual rage, it was something deeper, possessive. "Don't forget, Naruto," Kurama whispered. "I've lived within your soul since birth. She might stand by your side in the desert, but I am in your blood, your heartbeat, your very breath. Do you really think she can love you more than I already do?" Quote. Naruto staggered, gripping his chest. Those words hit him harder than any jutsu. Temari's question. The next day, during their march across the dunes, Temari walked beside Naruto. The wind whipped sand across their boots, but her focus stayed on him. "You're distracted," she said bluntly. Naruto looked away. "I've just got a lot on my mind." Temari studied him for a moment, then asked the question directly. "Do you love him?" Naruto nearly tripped. "What?" Temari's lips curved slightly, though her eyes were serious. "The 9 tails. The way he looks at you, the way you defend him, it's like more than just partnership." Naruto's face burned. "No, it's not like that. I mean, he's inside me, so we're close, yeah, but it's not." Temari interrupted smoothly. "Because if you do, then I need to know. Before she stopped herself abruptly, clenching her fan strap tighter. Naruto's breath caught. "Before you what?" Temari looked away, her cheeks faintly pink against the desert sun. "Before I say something I can't take back. A dangerous spark." That night, Temari was on watch, standing under the cold desert moon. Naruto lay nearby, pretending to sleep, but his mind was restless. Kurama stirred. "She's falling for you, Naruto. You feel it, don't you?" Naruto shut his eyes tightly. "Shut up." But Kurama's deep chuckle rolled through his soul. "You can't shut me out. And you can't shut her out either. She's bold, fierce, she matches your fire. But remember, no matter what she gives you, I'll always have more. I'll always be closer." Naruto's heart raced. He hated it, hated how Kurama's words made his chest ache with something he didn't understand. And then Temari's voice cut through the silence. "Oi, Naruto," she said quietly, not turning around. "You should know, I don't scare easy. Not from you, not from him. So if he's trying to keep me away, he's going to have to try harder." Naruto sat up slowly, his throat dry. Inside, Kurama growled low, but there was a strange glint in his crimson eyes, something like respect. Or maybe challenge. For the first time in his life, Naruto realized. Two powerful forces, one human, one beast, were pulling at his heart. And both of them refused to let go. 9:23, 1:46 p.m., Vivavat. Desert winds of tension. The squad marched in silence, the only sound the crunch of boots against sand. Temari walked beside Naruto, her fan casting a long shadow in the burning sun. Naruto kept his eyes on the ground, afraid to meet her gaze. Inside his chest, Kurama stirred restlessly. She's staring again. She wants more than you can give. Naruto gritted his teeth. Why do you care? Kurama's chuckle rolled through him like thunder. Because you're mine. And I don't share. Temari's challenge. That evening, after setting camp, Temari motioned Naruto aside. They walked away from the squad, toward a quiet dune where the wind howled. All right, she said bluntly, arms crossed. I need answers. Naruto blinked. About what? Temari's eyes sharpened. Him. The 9 tails. Naruto's gut twisted. What about him? She stepped closer, her gaze unwavering. He looks at me like I'm stealing something from him. Like I'm a threat. I want to know why. Naruto froze. The desert wind roared between them. Before he could answer, Kurama's voice ripped through the silence, not just in Naruto's head, but echoing faintly outside. Because you are. Temari stiffened. Her hand flew to her fan, eyes narrowing. So you can speak through him. Kurama's growl vibrated in Naruto's chest. I don't need to speak through. I am him. Every breath he takes, every heartbeat, it's me. You're nothing but a stranger trying to steal what's mine. Temari's eyes flashed with fire. He's not yours. He's himself. And if he chooses me, you'll have to live with it. Naruto's face went crimson. Hey, don't say stuff like that. Kurama roared, tails thrashing behind the bars in Naruto's mind. Do you think you can love him more than I already do? I've felt his pain, his loneliness, his dreams, since the day he was born. Where were you then, girl? Temari's voice cut sharp, defiant. And what about the days after? The future? Can you give him laughter? A home? Children? Naruto's jaw dropped. What? Children? His brain nearly exploded. Kurama snarled, but there was a hesitation, a wound Temari's words struck deep. For all his power, Kurama couldn't give Naruto what a human could. Naruto's breaking point. Naruto clutched his head, shouting, stop it. Both of you. I can't handle this. His voice cracked, raw with confusion. Kurama, you're my partner, my family. Temari, you're, he faltered, unable to say it aloud. Temari's expression softened for just a moment. Naruto. Inside, Kurama's growl quieted, but his crimson eyes glowed fiercely. Choose wisely, Kit, because if you let her too close, I won't forgive her. Or you. Naruto's heart pounded painfully. The desert felt like it was swallowing him whole. A flicker of intimacy. That night, when everyone else slept, Temari sat beside Naruto. She didn't speak at first, just sat close enough that their shoulders brushed. Finally, she said quietly, I don't care if he hates me. I won't back down. Because she stopped, biting her lip. Naruto turned to her, eyes wide. You. What? Temari hesitated, then whispered, because I like you, Naruto. And I don't plan on losing to some fox, no matter how many tails he has. Quote. Naruto's breath caught. His face burned hot, his heart racing wildly. Inside, Kurama's growl rumbled like a storm. We'll see about that. And so the triangle deepened, Naruto torn between the fierce desert wind that was Temari, and the eternal fire that was Kurama. And neither would let him go. 9:23, 1:47 p.m., Vivavat, mission in the wastes. The squad's route cut through a canyon notorious for ambushes. The rocks cast jagged shadows as the sun dipped low, painting the desert blood red. Naruto's senses prickled, danger was near. Temari lifted her fan, eyes narrowing. We're not alone. Naruto's instincts flared. Get ready. Before they could move, masked rogue shinobi leapt from the cliffs, kunai gleaming. The squad scattered, but the largest wave aimed straight at Naruto and Temari. Temari's defense. Temari snapped her fan open with a crack. Wind style, Great Sickle Weasel Jutsu. A roaring gale tore across the canyon, slicing boulders and scattering attackers like leaves. Naruto whistled. Whoa, remind me not to make you mad. Temari smirked, her hair whipping in the storm. Then behave, idiot. But as more enemies poured in, Naruto's chakra surged on its own. Inside, Kurama snarled. Step aside. I'll protect you. Naruto gritted his teeth. Not now. I can fight without you. But she's here, isn't she? You don't want her hurt. Let me show her who really keeps you alive. Before Naruto could argue, Kurama's chakra exploded around him, a crimson cloak wrapping his body. The clash of protections. Temari staggered back at the sudden flare, shielding her face from the heat. Naruto. His eyes glowed red, whisker marks deepening. Kurama's chakra tails lashed like living whips, smashing enemies aside with bone-crushing force. Temari's jaw tightened. She opened her fan again, blasting a group that tried to flank him. I don't need you stealing the whole fight, she shouted. From within Naruto, Kurama's voice thundered. Stay back, woman. He doesn't need your help when he has me. Temari's temper flared. Like hell, I'm not leaving him to some fox who only knows destruction. She leapt forward, spinning her fan with deadly grace, her wind colliding with Kurama's chakra bursts in a chaotic dance. Enemies screamed, torn between two storms, the desert wind and the nine-tailed fire. Naruto in the middle. Stop it. Naruto roared, his own voice breaking through. His hands trembled as he fought for control. You're supposed to fight them, not each other. Kurama's growl echoed in his bones. She's distracting you, weakening you. Temari's voice cut just as sharp. And he's dragging you into his rage. If you let him consume you, you'll lose yourself. Quote. Naruto clutched his chest, caught between their voices, their power. He could feel Kurama's warmth wrapping him, Temari's winds shielding him, and both refusing to let go. The final strike. Dozens of enemies regrouped, charging together in desperation. Naruto's heart pounded. He didn't want either Kurama or Temari hurt. Without thinking, he shouted, both of you, together, now. Temari's eyes widened. Kurama snarled in protest, but Naruto's chakra surged, pulling both forces into sync. Temari swung her fan just as Kurama's tail slammed down. Wind and chakra fused, exploding into a devastating storm that ripped through the canyon, erasing the enemy force in a single, blinding blast. When the dust settled, silence reigned. Naruto collapsed to his knees, panting. Temari rushed to his side, steadying him. Idiot, you're always overdoing it. Inside, Kurama's voice rumbled low, not with rage this time, but with grudging respect. Her wind carries your fire well. Maybe, too well. Naruto looked between the two forces in his life, Temari, fierce and loyal, holding him steady, and Kurama, eternal and protective, burning in his veins. And he realized this wasn't just a battle for survival anymore. It was a battle for his heart. 9:23, 1:54 p.m., Vivavat, after the battle. The canyon lay in ruins, sand and dust still swirling in the fading light. The squad tended to the wounded, but Naruto was out cold, chakra drained. Temari knelt beside him, brushing sand from his hair. Her jaw tightened. You idiot, always putting yourself in danger. A deep rumble echoed from nowhere and everywhere at once. And you always at his side. Why? Temari froze. The voice wasn't Naruto's, it was Kurama's, bleeding into the air around them. His chakra lingered faintly, a crimson mist curling near the ground. She stood slowly, eyes narrowing. So, you're still listening. Temari versus Kurama. The crimson mist pulsed, shaping itself into a vague fox-like silhouette, tails flickering. Its eyes glowed, fixed on her. Why fight for him, human? You have your own village, your own blood. Yet you throw yourself into my storm. Why? Temari gripped her fan tighter. Because he's worth it. The fox's growl shook the rocks. Worth what? Your life, your loyalty, your heart. Her breath caught, but she didn't look away. All of it. For a heartbeat, the canyon was silent. Even the wind seemed to pause. Kurama leaned forward, his massive muzzle lowering until his glowing eyes locked with hers. Foolish girl, do you think you can love him more than I already do? I've felt every tear he's shed, every wound he's taken, every lonely night when no one cared. I was there. I've always been there. Temari's voice was sharp, but her hands trembled slightly. And yet, you weren't enough. Because he still needed someone out here. Someone to fight beside him in the real world. That's what I give him, what you never can. Quote. Kurama's eyes narrowed, his tails lashing. But there was no malice in his voice this time, only a deep, aching pain. And what if he chooses you? What becomes of me then? Temari hesitated, surprised by the vulnerability in the beast's tone. She softened, just slightly. Then you'll still be with him. Because whether he chooses me or not, you're a part of him. Your family. That's not something I could ever replace. Naruto stirs. Naruto stirred, groaning as he woke. Ugh, what happened? The crimson mist vanished instantly, Kurama retreating into silence. Temari quickly knelt beside Naruto, masking her shaken expression with her usual firmness. You passed out, idiot, she muttered. Lucky for you, I was here. Naruto rubbed his eyes, smiling sheepishly. Hey, thanks, Temari. But deep inside, he felt Kurama's presence trembling, not with anger, but with something heavier. Something dangerously close to heartbreak. A new tension. That night, as the squad slept, Naruto stared at the stars, Temari's words echoing in his mind. She'd stayed by his side. She'd fought beside him. She'd admitted she liked him. And inside, Kurama's voice whispered softly, almost broken. Don't leave me behind, Naruto. Not for her. Not for anyone. Naruto's chest tightened painfully. He had never heard Kurama sound so human. Two forces, one beast bound to his soul, one woman bound by her will, were pulling him in opposite directions. And Naruto didn't know how long he could endure it before something inside him shattered. 9:23, 1:55 p.m., Vivavat, the night of confession. The desert was quiet, the wind gentle for the first time in days. Naruto sat alone on a dune, staring at the stars. Temari joined him, settling beside him without a word. For a moment, they just sat, the silence heavy but comforting. Naruto finally spoke, his voice trembling slightly. Temari, I don't know how to say this. Temari tilted her head, watching him. Say what, Naruto? Quote. Naruto's hands fidgeted, his heart pounding. I feel like I'm stuck between two worlds. One is you, fierce, strong, brave, always there, making me feel alive, like I can do anything. Temari's eyes softened. I've felt the same, Naruto. I'm not just here because I like fights, I like you. Naruto swallowed hard. And the other is Kurama. He's always been with me. Always known me, protected me when no one else could. I can't imagine losing him, but I also can't imagine losing you. Temari's lips parted slightly, stunned at the raw honesty. Kurama listens. Inside Naruto, Kurama stirred, the usual anger tempered by something new, curiosity. He's admitting it, the fox whispered, voice low and resonant. Naruto nodded subtly, as if Kurama could see his gesture. I don't know how to choose, because I don't want to hurt either of you. HMPH, Kurama growled softly. So this is what it feels like, fear of losing me. Interesting. Naruto continued, almost in tears. But I do know one thing, I love both of you. And I don't want to betray either of you. You've both saved me in different ways, and I need both of you in my life. Quote. Temari's response. Temari blinked, her chest tightening. Naruto, I didn't expect you to say that. But, I can accept it. I want to be with you. I don't care if he's here, I just want to fight by your side and be with you, no matter what. Quote. Naruto smiled through the tears, relief washing over him. Kurama's reaction. Inside, Kurama's massive form shimmered. For the first time, he didn't roar or lash out. Instead, his eyes glowed a softer crimson. So the brat chooses to love me too. HMPH. Fine. But he's still mine, and he always will be. Naruto felt the warmth of Kurama's chakra wrap around him, gentle this time, reassuring. A new understanding. The desert wind swirled softly around them. Naruto, Temari, and Kurama shared a silent understanding. Not as rivals, but as forces bound together by love, trust, and unbreakable bonds. Naruto whispered, "I won't let either of you go. Ever." Temari smiled, leaning against him. "Then we fight together. Always." Inside, Kurama's deep rumble echoed like a satisfied growl. "So be it, brat. Let's see how far you can go with us both." And in that quiet desert night, Naruto finally felt whole, his heart tied to two powerful forces, one human, one beast, both fiercely protective, both in love with him. 9/23, 2:01 p.m. Vivavat, the calm after the storm. The desert night was still, the wind soft against the dunes. Naruto sat between Temari and the faint, lingering presence of Kurama inside him. For the first time in years, he felt at peace. He had faced enemies, ambushes, and battles that tested every ounce of his strength. But the true test had been his heart. Temari leaned against him, her fan resting beside her. "You've finally stopped running from us, from yourself," she whispered. Naruto smiled, exhausted but relieved. "I realized, I don't have to choose in fear. I can love both of you, in different ways, and still be whole." Quote, Kurama's voice rumbled softly inside him. "I suppose I can tolerate this. For now. But remember, brat, you belong to me as much as they do." Naruto laughed softly. "I wouldn't have it any other way." Quote, A new understanding. The night passed quietly. Naruto, Temari, and Kurama, three souls bound together by strength, trust, and love, sat under the stars. No words were needed. The battles, the confessions, the jealousy, they had faced it all, together. Naruto finally felt the weight lift from his chest. He was loved. He loved back. And for the first time, he wasn't alone. The desert stretched endlessly before them, full of dangers yet to come. But now, Naruto knew he could face anything, because he had two fierce protectors, two powerful loves, by his side. Closing thoughts. Answer, Part 1 ends, not with a battle, but with a heart united. The bonds were solidified, Temari, the fierce and fearless ally, Kurama, the eternal, protective force. And Naruto, the bridge between them, strong enough to embrace both. The story of love, trust, and power had only just begun. If you enjoy this fanfic, then please like and subscribe my channel Narutofix11 for more fanfic. Thank you.